Well, right now.
I'm talking about just the winter, because in the winter, everything's closed. People have nothing else to see.
That's why people go like.
Yeah, but even that, I mean, last winter.
You want to see that for some rough.
I'm considering. I've never, yeah.
I have this friend.
And a couple of hours.
That loves fishing, so I took that film so he could see it. And he's all about it. That's it. You guys are crazy. The gods are telling me to help you. So
Yeah.
stay up.
We're going to one tomorrow on election law and town meeting law.
How's your projects doing down in the DC area?
Oh, where are they?
Yeah. I always,
Well,
I always think
if I've been in charge.
like, a little bit over when I'm not there.
Yeah.
But I'm low on the totem pole.
DC is not
Well, that's the plan.
Third row, they can't see.
We could do some renovation.
Me too. Because it wasn't ready.
I didn't know they were moving up in the world. I just assumed things were easy.
I did.
You know, Palisades, that's where it is.
Marcus from the DC area.
That's right.
He has a place there.
I think the
Palisades.
Oh, my high school best friend lived in Palisades.
Yeah.
I know we're short.
I'm going to start the meeting, guys. I'm going to call the Monday, February 4th Selectmen's meeting to order. Roll call, we have Selectman Mike Mansalilli, Jamie Thurlow, myself, Kevin Buck, Town Manager Chris Saunders, and Harbor Master Justin Seavey, members of the public and the press. And we have absences on the select board of Howard Goodwin and Mackenzie Jewett. Maybe we should make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we excuse Mackenzie Jewett and Howard Goodwin from this meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to excuse Howard Goodwin and Mackenzie Jewett from the meeting. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay. Adoption of agenda. Does anyone have any changes to the agenda? Okay. Approval of minutes. We have the minutes of January 22nd, 2019.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of January 22nd, 2019.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of January 22nd. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay, I don't have the list of the warrants. I didn't see the list. Guess I could wing it, huh?
No,
Here, I'll just read them.
Right there.
Oh, yep.
I'll open you. Yeah. Okay, we have warrant 81 for $13,201.83. Warrant 82 for $163.45. Warrant 83 for $3,034.92. Warrant 84 for $11,295.33. Warrant 85 for $44,774.46. And warrant 85 for $133,416.82.
Make a motion to approve warrants 81 through 85.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve warrants 81 through 80. Actually, we had two 85s on this list.
Yeah.
I think
85B.
I think it was through 86, if that sounds good to you guys.
81 through 86.
Okay, we have It's been moved and seconded to approve warrants 81 through 86. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay, under regular business, for the fiscal year 20 budget preparation, we have the school committee here to speak to us, I believe.
All right, so I believe that you all got a copy of the budget, because we want some right over on the table. And then I've also prepared just, a one-page draft of what we're considering. So this hopefully makes it a little bit easier for you folks to kind of walk through, what some of the significant numbers are that we're considering, and lays out for you any proposed additions. Before we dive into that though, I do just want to take a minute and say thank you so much for your time and giving us the opportunity to come down and speak with you this evening. And a big thank you to the team that's here this evening, the school committee for their support in helping us develop a budget. Nancy Thurlow, who is a goddess in my opinion. She's amazing. And Mark also for just his help in this process. I guess I should say that. If we're gonna be honest. Okay, so I'm gonna just take these things off to start with. I don't know if you were able to take a look at this over the weekend, and if you have any significant questions, then please, any questions at all, they don't have to be significant, please just let me know. Starting on the front page though, if you take a look, you can see right up at the top where we're expected to come in for anticipated receipts this year. And also I want you just to take into account that we're setting aside $80,000 to be able to roll into next year and to be able to help offset costs for the following school year. There are still, this is very much a draft. There are still some things that are up in the air that I'll discuss with you a little bit more. One of the things that you'll see on the front page there also is just the state subsidy, but still, we're not sure what that will look like yet. You can add that, Nancy.
I don't even have a printout yet from the state. I'm supposed to get one by next week sometime, supposedly.
The format that we try to use for this budget is a turn-the-page budget. So what's laid out in the budget is what we feel like are our needs for this upcoming school year, for fiscal year 1920. And then on the very last page, we put in any significant additions that we want to be out there for consideration. And so if you walk through line by line in this budget, looking at each of the different cost centers, there are the primary increases that you're going to see are in salaries and benefits. There was a new contract that was just negotiated and approved and settled on this fall. So you'll see those increases for sure in there. There are not any significant asks from teachers that are unusual this year. We don't have any large pieces of equipment or any unusual asks aside from your typical supplies and whatnot that are in there right now. Same thing for special education. An area that you may notice an increase is underneath library, audio, and visual, which is on page 4. Part of that increase again is due to salaries. We had a staff changeover last year, and that's based on experience and a formula that's used to determine a scale that's used to determine salaries. But in bringing in somebody who has had many years as a librarian in the past, we were able to do an audit this year on our library collection, and we determined that our collection, both fiction and nonfiction, is approximately 30 years old, which is older than many of the parents of my students. Not older than me, because I'm not older than 25, but anyway. So our goal in some of the increases that you might see in here, our goal is to be able to add to our collection. We've been able to weed out some things that my incredible librarian considers to be just not great resources to put into children's hands. They're not accurate any longer, and with technology and the media working the way it does, things are updated so frequently that these things just need to be removed from our library. So there's an increase in there for books to be able to start to rebuild the collection in there, as well as giving some consideration to more child-friendly furniture in there, especially for our youngest students, K2, who, when you typically walk into a library, they're looking at the spines of a book. It would be really great. They are still learning to read, and so the spine of a book doesn't really help them out very much to be able to look at the face of a book and to be able to sort through what they're interested in that way. So there's some additional costs in there for some more student-friendly furniture, as well as some considerations when we get to the additional items for being able to do a little bit of updating and renovation to the library. Those of you that have been in our library know that there's a set of stairs that's in our library that leads to a wall. They're backed up against a mural that's in there, and it's not a very user-friendly space. And so we'd like to remove those to be able to create more space for the younger students' books, and as well as considering what's called a maker space, which is an area for students to be creative and to be able to be able to work on things like STEM, science, technology, math, those kinds of things, engineering skills. So we'd like to be able to bring something like that into the library as well. As we continue to look through there, I'm not trying to skip you through, but there really are not a lot of other substantial increases in each of the individual cost centers. As you get to the back page, there's a hefty decrease in capital outlay, land and improvement. That decreases the septic that we put in last year. We had that work done, and that 150,000 we got this year. We have in the past, last year we finished up the vinyl siding. That was a 3-year ongoing project. And we finished that up this year. So you'll also see under buildings that there's a decrease there, and that's taking out the funds that had previously been there for the vinyl siding. And then, if you don't mind just directing your attention down to the additional items.
Mr. Chair, can I just add one thing, please?
Oh, please.
Just before Jan goes into the additional items, one of the areas I just want to call your attention to, we're really pleased about moving in the right direction. We know that the community's been incredible with their support of the school. It continues to be. But we know that resources aren't unlimited. And so we are trying to work with our teachers and our staff on collective bargaining agreements and have come through that. But one of the things we recognize is we cannot continue to approach healthcare the way we have in the past. It's just not sustainable. So you'll see this year, you'll see some decreases in the healthcare plan, which is a decrease to both the employer as well as the employee. So we've moved, and I believe, Chris, you've done that here as well as many towns. We've moved to an HRA with a higher deductible plan. And so with that, we had to fund that HRA account. So that first year is a bit of a hill to climb, but we're confident in successor years that we won't have to fund that to the same degree, and we will realize significant savings down the road. And so I just want to call your attention to we're following the good work you folks are doing and implementing a wellness program as well. So we hope that'll pay dividends down the road.
Good. No, sounds like a good idea.
So continuing on to the additional items, these are things that have not and will not be until there's an approved budget rolled into the individual line items. So they're not built into the overall budget just yet. So you can see grand totals right above the additional items. You can see what the grand totals would be for without the additional items. And this one-page sheet is helpful with that as well. The overall budget increase right now without additional items is a 0.19% increase. Without the additional items, it's $5,830 increase without the additional items. If you look at the overall